Hello, good evening, and welcome to the FB4 Daily. Today is Wednesday. It's the 8th of January, and you're all very welcome. This show is brought to you by Paddy Power. A bookie's a website and an app. If you gamble, please gamble responsibly and try to do so with Paddy Power. A couple of weeks ago, me and Andy done a podcast where we were trying our best to do a post-match show after yet another win by Liverpool, and it lasted 70 minutes, and I'd say about 68 of them were just random chats between me and Andy that went on for far too long, and about 11 minutes of football. We were a disgrace, to be perfectly honest with you. But what we done was we put it out, and people come back and went, really liked it. 70 minutes of pure nonsense. So we're going to try again. Here we go. And here we are, and the comments are flying in already. And so a couple of weeks ago, as I've said, it turned into absolute ridiculousness. But Andy, we've come back, and we're going to have another little go at this. We might talk some football, but it might just go ridiculous for about 70 minutes. And we're okay with that, aren't we? We're comfortable in our own skins at this stage.
Yeah, we just have a chat. Be a bit different tonight. I mean, that was after the Merseyside derby, the league game. I was very excited and had plenty of wine on board. But tonight, it's dry January now, and I haven't had a drink at all, except for some herbal tea.
Do you do? Straight out of the pantry. Do you do dry January? Sorry. Before you answer that question, people have come in and said, "How's the Mrs. Gav?" Barry Carr is planning a wedding. We might actually try to help you with that. Good news with the Mrs. Gav, says Carl is the Bambino here. He is. He arrived at 5:35 p.m. on Monday, weighing in at £7.13. His name is Callum. He's doing great, and he's coming home from hospital tomorrow. Razor is on, and he's delighted that Gav and Andy are on board. So Razor, stick with us, and we'll see how we get on. Let me see. What were you saying? Herbal tea. Do you do dry January?
Just midweek, yeah.
Just midweek? So you don't? The answer is no.
No, I do. Like, I'll be dry for January, except for the weekends.
And on the weekends, then you have a few beers?
Or a bottle of wine or so.
Right, so it's not dry January?
It is.
It's not.
How isn't it?
Because the weekends are in January.
No, but over Christmas, there was a stupid amount of drank.
Yeah.
And that was very wet.
Yeah.
Every opportunity possible. But in January, it's kind of back to normal.
Okay.
Just no school night drinking. And yeah.
So it's damp January?
Yeah. That's probably fair.
Right. So let's get to the point. It's not dry January.
Do you want me to do dry January?
No, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm just you can't tell me.
Stop telling me what I.
No, I'm not telling you what you can and can't do. You just can't tell me I'm doing dry January.
Stop telling me what I can call by January.
Let's break it down to 7 days in the week, right? So each day makes up about 14% of the week. So you're doing so 70% of the week you are dry. It's a 70% dry January.
No, because I work a few nights at the weekend as well, so that cuts out a couple of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moist January, Key Plunkett's calling it. I think that's a good name.
What's it called?
Moist January.
Yeah, I'll go with that. But
okay,
I mean, if I want to call it dry, I'm entitled to do so. I don't think anybody, whether it's yourself or anyone in the chat there, can tell me what I want. I'm going to call it dry January if I want to.
Okay, well, you're lying to yourself, but that's fair enough. Andy, would you do a cheese board? Says Glenner.
I would.
I'd say you fucking love a cheese board.
Yeah, and I've still cheese left in the fridge, and it's just like it'd be a shame for it to go to waste, but I can't. I'm being good.
Okay, all right, but so dry-ish January. Are you on a fitness buzz? Are you running around? Have you made loads of New Year's resolutions that won't really happen?
Yeah, it wouldn't be not the right time to start January. No.
Yeah.
Ease back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you've eased yourself into dry January quite well.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's fair enough. Barry said he's planning a wedding. Would you have any tips from? I know you're married, aren't you?
Yeah,
Did you plan
I
your own wedding?
I did actually. I planned the whole thing.
Just on your own?
No, on an app.
She had no
On an
input
app.
on an app.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, there's an app for this stuff, is there?
This is actually before apps. It was just like
A beta
a
app.
what would you call it? It was on a website,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there was features on a website. It could be an app now. I'd say your man has an app now. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
But
Did you
there's a
go to any?
step-by-step process.
Yeah. Did you go to any wedding shows, like where you can go to these places at hotels to do all their wedding shows and stuff like that?
No, I left that to the boss.
Yeah. Barry Carr says wedding cars, yay or nay? I can
We
tell you.
just used the cars we rented over in Italy.
I thought you were going to say we just used our own cars.
No.
I thought you were going to say that. I just visioned some you turning up in a Skoda Octavia and her just her Fiesta is grand, or something like that. But Barry reckons he's probably going to get a caterer. Well, you'll need something because you'll need to feed them. But hotels usually do all that stuff. Yeah, wedding cars.
Is Barry getting married in Ireland?
But Barry's from Donegal, so I don't know where. I know his wife's to be name is Melissa, if I remember rightly from last week, and I don't know where she's from. So we'll have to find out off Barry whether it's in Ireland or it's in wherever they want to go. He wants a quattroporte. That's the car he wants, which is quattroporte is made by Maserati, isn't it? She wants Range Rovers. She's watching too much Charchester United.
Why can't she get a Range Rover and he get a quattroporte?
That's yeah. Listen, you can go half. Listen, I was listening to. They're doing it in Ireland in Donegal. So there you go. I was gonna ask.
The problem with getting married in Ireland is all people that you don't want to go to your wedding will be going. You know the way you have to kind of avoid certain people, and they all go.
Yeah, but he's in Donegal. If he has loads of friends in Dublin, asking some people to go to Donegal is it's a bit of a mad trip, isn't it? It's a good hike up there,
Yeah, so you may as well just go to Italy, do what I did.
Yeah, and where did you go in Italy?
In the middle of nowhere, in a place called Cortona.
Oh, it wasn't like Lake Garda, was it? One of these jobs?
No, it was north of
full on notions, was it?
It was inland from Pisa, down from Florence, and north of Rome. So kind of no real airport near.
Okay, all right. Well, look, Barry, if you need anything, if you can't use apps, if you're unable to use apps, Andy is your man because he knows websites. And he knows Italy, and if for directions in Italy, he's literally going to say stuff like down a bit from Pisa, across here from this way, like Cortona is the name of it. So there you go. Barry wants to do Portugal. A lot of people have done Portugal. A couple of lads in the day trippers, I think, have got married in Portugal.
Yeah,
Portugal. Very, very. Mac got married in Portugal. Mac got married in Portugal, and it looked outrageous, didn't it?
Yeah, that was a set though.
Yeah, that was like it was like the set off Beauty and the Beast or the Lion King or something. It was fucking mad.
Yeah, it was just a set. But if you weren't actually looking at the set and you took down all the plywood screens, it was actually a place called Nicky's.
Oh, Nicky's studios and apartments.
Yeah,
I've heard of it. Andy, I was listening to Peter Crouch's podcast earlier on. Brilliant podcast for anyone that doesn't listen to it already. Go and listen to it. He's absolutely top notch. But he was having a conversation with the lads on there about going shopping for pillowcases and bedding and beds and stuff like that. And as soon as I heard that the words come out of his mouth, I just thought Andy Young is made for this sort of stuff because I reckon you're a bit of an interior designer. When you peel back all the exterior, what are you like when it comes to bedding and pillows and stuff like that? Are you quite particular, or are you just kind of whatever, I'll just get into it? Are you kind of like, I need these Indian fucking silk sheets and shit like that?
No, I don't like silk sheets now.
Okay,
but I do. I am partial to a bit of Egyptian cotton.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I meant. I just couldn't think of it.
All right.
But you'd be partial to that.
Yeah, and I don't really partake in it. Mrs. Woman would be the one for picking colours and all that, but I just say don't come back with it anything less than the maximum tog that they have.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And
so, whatever.
And come here and ask you, would you have two different togged duvets for like different parts of the year, like a high tog for the winter, low tog for the summer?
Yeah, there is, but kind of stick with the winter one all year round.
But you do
Yeah,
have a separate one just in case.
yeah. There's one there just in case we get a mad heat wave.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to ask you
Yeah.
about that.
You know what the worst thing about going on holidays is?
Yeah, go on.
Sleeping in sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what I hate. You remember years ago in the hotels they used to have those blankets, and they were real kind of 40
Itchy blankets.
yeah, I
Yeah.
bleeding hate
Yeah.
them.
Oh my lord.
The-
You should be able to rent continental quilts. Actually, why are they called continental quilts when you can't even get them when you're on the continent?
Well, it might. They haven't specified which continent.
Yeah.
You know
Oh, yeah.
what continent were you
Yeah.
on?
Well, when we growing up, like the continent was always like out to
In
Spain or
England.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that to me was always being a little bit of irony.
Yeah, I must look that up. Continental sheets. If anybody knows continental sheets, what the story is with them and why they call continental sheets, and Andy can't get them when he goes to Spain. Andy goes, as we know, to Porta del Carmen in Lanzarote on holiday, and
No,
yeah.
I did. I won't be going back.
All right, why?
Full of North Siders.
Okay, come here. You asked me a question. What was the question you asked me before we come on? You wanted to talk about?
Oh, well, one of our listeners and a good friend of mine, David Lennon from Great Britain. He was
From
asking,
Great Britain. Does he not narrow it down?
Northern Ireland.
Okay. All
So,
right. Okay. Okay.
he was saying that what would football be like if there was no offside? And I think it's an interesting conversation to be had, because how long have we been talking about different variations of offsides and who should be given the advantage, and now we have VAR who's causing all sorts of trouble. But yeah, I think it'd be just some crack if they were to try out no offside for a while, see what happens.
I think you just have a load of lads hanging around.
You'd have what we used to call hatchers.
Yeah, hatchers. Yeah.
You'd have hatchers, but
I think it'd be shy, Andy. To be honest with you.
I think it would be shy if it was like if they did it for ages. But just say they tried out shortening the pitch, not to like 5-a-side levels, but just shortening.
But they done this in America. Do you remember they done it in America in the MLS? They done this in the early 90s in the MLS, if I remember right. And someone might come in and tell me I'm completely and utterly wrong. I was drunk at the time. But from what I can remember in the MLS, you know the way you couldn't be offside from your own half. I'm saying that like that's a thing of the past. It's still the same. Well, they had a second line then, which was about halfway between the halfway line and the edge of the box. All right.
Which you couldn't be offside in.
Yes, so you could only be basically offside from about 25 yards out up to the goal. And they done that. And it didn't work.
That's going to lead to serious hatching, because what you'll have there is pumped balls over the top for someone to run onto. That's what they'll be constantly doing. Drop it in between the goalkeeper and the striker.
Yeah. Oh, well, listen, I think it'd be a disaster. Anybody watching this, if you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the bell icon, and let you know when we're going live. Subscribe.
Huge like.
Yeah, we have a brilliant
thumbs up.
We actually have a brilliant intro by a very, very confident young man that may be coming along soon to your ears, and we're working on it. We're working with his agent at the moment, and the agent's a bit of a prick. Just let you know that. But if you're watching it, absolutely like, subscribe, bell icon, all that mess, and hit the like button.
Turn your notifications on.
Exactly.
That's what I didn't know about. That's what my son suggested.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and you were, of course, his agent. And if you're watching on Twitter, share it onto your timeline. You know the usual, but just spread the word. And of course, look, if you have any questions for us tonight, absolutely throw them in there, and as we get through as many as we possibly can in the next 40 odd minutes. Kev O'Sullivan said the MLS did something where the strikers couldn't come back past the line. You were talking about. Oh, I remember that as well. That's right. They couldn't actually. They only had a section of the pitch they played in. They also took penalties from 40 yards outside Porrick. I think it was you had to run towards the goal. You had 10 seconds to score. They done all mad stuff like that. But it was great. Andy, talk to me about Miguel Delaney.
Yeah, I don't know what the crack is with him, because he's written an article there, which, right, first of all, it's just an article, and he makes points that I disagree with, and he makes points that I agree with. Fair enough, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been a long-term concern of mine that football or money in football is a real RE. Don't think anyone could disagree with that. But he kind of uses mentioning Liverpool's success this year as a kind of I suppose what I described as a secondary objective to the article. So the primary objective was like just to make the point about money and the financial disparity and clubs going away. But nobody would have read that article or talked about the article unless he started talking about Liverpool and kind of discrediting Liverpool. Now he keeps saying in tweets that he was actually really complimentary to Liverpool and quoting himself, but it was always like it was Liverpool did this, but Liverpool have been really good at that, but Liverpool, did this, but there was luck and, all this. So that's just going to wind up the fans, and then everyone lashes into him because of the way he pushed the article as well with the headline and stuff. So that's grand, right? Is what it is. That's journalism nowadays. That's the game. Unless people are talking about your article, you're going to be irrelevant. But the way he kind of conducted himself, I suppose, on Twitter for ages then, just going on like a TalkSport tabloid type. And I think Miguel knows himself. He's better than that.
Yeah, listen, I had a bit of a rant about him on Sunday night, I think, with the lads on the Fatback 4. And look, I've read Miguel Delaney stuff plenty of times.
Yeah, I went to see.
I thought you were going to say you went to school with him.
No, I went to see some. I went to some night in whether it was the Sugar Club or one of those places, and Miguel was emceeing it. He was part of it. Like, it was very enjoyable actually.
Was that with Steve-O?
Yeah,
in the D2 club.
Yeah. And I've always paid attention to his stuff when he's written and read it, and enjoyed reading the stuff. But I don't know. I don't know what the crack with this was. To me, it was our character, and he kept telling me loads of times that it was actually his character in character. So, but I was able to tell him it's not, because I know it's not.
Yeah, no, because look, I got into a bit of not a spat with him. I got into a conversation with him on Twitter, and I just kept asking the same question. And the same question was, what's the solution? Because he says he's writing about this years. He said he wrote about it. I think he said when United dominated. He wrote about it when Madrid started winning European Cups, and now he's writing about City and Liverpool.
He was writing in the 50s, was he, when Real were winning all the
I think he's talking from between 2013 up to whatever. From 2013 to 2018, I think they win 5 European Cups, don't they?
Yeah. But the way, I'm just back in the 50s when they won kind of 10 on the trot or something crazy like that.
Yeah, they won the first 8 or something like that.
But now we're talking about football being football being non-competitive.
Yeah, well, the point
it's always been the case.
But the point I tried to make to him was, if you take the Premier League as an example, like he said, the things that annoyed me was he said that Liverpool win the impurities of the win, right? That was the first thing, because I thought, I don't know. That
actually wasn't in the article. I don't think that was a word he used.
No, that was a word he used afterwards.
Yeah. This is when I gonna be.
Yeah.
It was when the article was written. I read it. I didn't think much of it. I says to myself, whatever.
Yeah.
Then went on to Twitter, and kind of the following day after he'd been engaging with probably a good bit of abuse, the way football fans in general can be, calling him a nonce and whatever. Well, he said something along the lines of, one thing I've learned about, and in my opinion, he was stirring the pot with Liverpool fans. He says, Liverpool internet fans, is they don't like to be told about the impurities of their wins. So I felt that was unfair generalisation of Liverpool fans, just because loads of fellas were just replying nonsense, replying blah blah blah, giving them a bit of stick. There's no need to generalise the rest of the fan base, because there is a conversation to be had about that, right? Genuine conversation to be had about financial disparity and clubs folding. And it's said it's believed that loads and loads more clubs are going to fold, and that's not good for the game, obviously. So it's a conversation that should be had. But why use Liverpool fans or Liverpool success as a kind of a wind-up tool? I mean, I know exactly what he was doing. It's just to get clicks, and that's the media nowadays online.
Yeah, you see, the click thing, I suppose, can be an argument put forward. Sometimes it can be a bit of a lazy argument at times as well. You know, oh, you're only doing this for clicks because you don't agree. I read the article. I can see where I could see where he wrote. I could see what I could see in parts where he was trying to go with it. But the fact he comes in with Liverpool, and people will say, "Oh, you're only saying that because it's Liverpool." I'm not, and I told you, I've asked him this question. I want to. If you're writing this much about something, surely you're going to work on what you feel would be the solution. Now, the only thing he came up to me with was, well, the big clubs are promoting or are in control of how money is distributed within the game, i.e. TV rights, and of course they are. Because, like, who does Miguel Delaney write for? Who does he work for? But, like, if his company decide to sponsor the Premier League and they're, for argument's sake, giving 200 quid and they're going to sponsor the Premier League and they decide, right, we're going to make this really even and we're going to give every team, there's 20 teams in this league, and we're going to give them all 10 quid each, right? And and everyone has to be on the telly at the same amount of times. Football will die. And Sky won't get their subscriptions, and BT won't get their subscriptions, and Amazon won't be pumping money in, and the standard will go down. And more clubs will... Sorry, 1 second. Excuse me, that was coming a long time. A lot of more clubs will actually go down the route of Bury because, yeah, they may end up with more money overall, but they won't be able to compete. And salary caps and salary cap, wage caps, contract, transfer, all this sort of stuff. It won't make one blind bit of difference to who's at the top of the league and who's at the bottom. There will be anomalies like Leicester, like Blackburn in 1995, and stuff like that. But he also mentioned then the erosion of competitiveness, which I found funny because I look back and there was 3 different winners of the Premier League in the 90s. There was 4 in the 2000s, and there was 4 in the last decade. We're now into 2020. Liverpool, if you counted them into this one, would make it 5, which actually looks like it's becoming more competitive, regardless of what way money is going.
There was 5. There was the last one. There was 5. Was actually the 70s, and then I think there was 4 in the 80s, 4 in the 90s, and then yeah. Anyway, look, it's the first time there's going to be 5 since the 70s.
Yeah. So, but like. And I kept asking this question. I haven't got a response. Like I did say to him at one stage, you seem a bit bitter towards Liverpool, regardless of what you're saying in this article. It's kind of smokescreened with a little bit of, I suppose credit towards Liverpool, but he's given with one hand and taken back with the other. Do you know the kind of way? So they kind of even each other out. But I don't know. It's for me. It's just it's.
Well, Kev O'Sullivan makes a good point there, the way Bournemouth can turn down 50 million for Callum Smith. I don't know how true that is, but Crystal Palace were turning down 70 million for Wilfried Zaha. Yeah. What would Zaha go in January for?
Yeah, but you see, I don't know, but this is the point I was trying to make as well. Like, there's so many clubs that have benefited massive in this. Like, you look at Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a nothing club. Okay, and if the money wasn't in the leagues the way it is now, they would be nowhere. Okay, and people go, oh, well, they have a small little ground and they don't spend. Trust me, they spent. Leicester the same. Yeah. Leicester were a team that around the late 90s, early 2000s won a couple of League Cups for Martin O'Neill and then just disappeared off the face of the planet. Went I think they may have dropped the League One at one stage. Came back, they got a few quid from a big owner. Who threw money in, who died, obviously, unfortunately died a little over a year ago. And of course, the money that they've got now from TV has propelled them to a league title. And now, looking at top 4, Leicester wouldn't be anywhere near that. And trust me, if you'd made a level player field, Leicester City probably wouldn't be in the Premier League. Do you know that kind of way? So,
look, he said that there's a 90% correlation between wages and winning the league, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Here's a point about that. It's not till kind of a year and a half later you kind of see what the wages were for that year when you have access to those financial highlights that clubs release. Like his Liverpool figures were from 2018 when they got to the final of the Champions League and didn't win it.
Yeah.
And the wages in the club increased by 56 million, which is actually nearly double.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, that made Liverpool third highest paid.
Yeah.
And that was all down to getting so far in the Champions League. So obviously, the owners strategically managed their wage policy, their structure to reward players for achievement and achievement in the Champions League where the money is. And everybody was expecting us to have loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of money in the summer to spend. And the financial highlights for the following year showed that they weren't actually in massive profit because the wages went so high with achievement. So the owners look at what you gain from winning the Champions League, and they pay the players for that. So now it so happens that they're going on to win the league this year, but it's not because they went out and decided to pay the players 200,000 a week, regardless of what happens. So any team could adopt that sort of wage policy and have a look at what can be gained from each qualification and around the qualification of the Champions League. And like when Leicester were in it, you know what I mean? If you get out of the group stage, you get an extra whatever it is at the end of the year and spread the money. And all of a sudden, then Leicester look like they're the highest paid players in the Premier League. And it's all because it's incentives and performance related. And when you look at a league table and say, oh, well, the league winners earn the most, yeah, but chances are that's because their striker got goal bonuses, their defenders kept clean sheets, so they were getting bonuses, their goalkeeper was getting clean sheet bonuses, and whatever else is built into their wage contracts. So it's more of a coincidence, a consequence of winning things that you look back 2 years beforehand when they were achieving, and not a cause, like not a, you know, it doesn't, just because you pay players mad money doesn't mean they're going to exceed targets. You only have to look at Man United when they were paying Sanchez 500 grand a week. What did they do? Nothing. It doesn't work exactly like that. And,
yeah, but the thing, like Glenner's asking there, he's saying that Miguel's point wasn't only about TV money; it was about the sort of money that large fan bases can generate. But what are you meant to do? Are you meant to restrict the amount of fans a club has? You know, like I can't get my head around how anyone thinks that this business can run by restricting a club that has just a bigger fan base than somebody else because somebody decides it's not fair, and only decides it's not fair in Liverpool's part because they're doing something over the last 18 months. You know, that kind of way. I just can't get my head around that. Like Glenner's saying, only elite clubs could adopt that wage policy. Yes, they can only adopt that wage policy, but at the same time, they're elite clubs because they have got the fan base, they have the name, they have the mystique about them, you know, like Anfield under the lights, all this sort of stuff. Old Trafford is the theatre of dreams, the Bernabeu, the new camp, Bayern Munich, it goes out, Juventus are the old lady of Italian football. And no matter what you do, and it doesn't matter if you went back and decided, right, remember 92, 93 and you scrap and we're not going to do the Premier League, it won't matter. Because when money needs to be generated, you don't walk in somewhere and you say, it's like betting on a horse. You walk in and there's a horse going around, you can barely move around the fucking parade ring, and you go, well, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll start him half a mile ahead of that fella. That's not how it works. You know, that kind of way. And what I can't get is, and don't get me wrong, I read the piece and I was a bit like you saying, whatever. And I did think, yeah, he's touched on Liverpool there, and you know what happens when you touch on Liverpool. You get a massive furore about things. But having said that, I have gone back and asked a few questions and he just won't answer them.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way?
No, he doesn't answer the ones that he knows like are a bit dodgy. Look, getting back, you know, Glenner is not agreeing with me there. Only elite clubs can adopt that wage policy. Well, I don't know how, because every so often we see a team that sneaks into top four. Okay, we'll just use Leicester as an example, who won the league, and then the following season they're going to be in the Champions League. What's to stop them from arranging their player contracts that, look, if you get to the final of the Champions League, they know the club are going to receive whatever it is,
50 million, and we're going to give the whole lot of it to use,
and we're going to spread it out. So it's not exclusive to to elite clubs. Okay, it's exclusive to clubs that have made the Champions League, but there's also money in the Europa League.
Manchester City aren't an elite club.
Yeah,
they're not an elite club.
Yeah,
they've done it different.
They done it different. They came in. Yeah,
Blackburn Rovers in '94 weren't an elite club, but they came in and paid a lot of money for a lot of players, gave them a lot of money, and sent them on their way, and they won a league title. Where are they now? I don't know.
Right. Well, here's one for you, Gav. Right. Mm-hmm. Leeds should get promoted this year. They should have got promoted last year, and they didn't. They should get promoted this year, and they've a massive fan base. They've good history there, winning trophies. Okay, it goes back a long time now, but if they spend a couple of more, if they get up and they stay in the league for a few years, all of a sudden they can be a top side again with the right, with the right ownership and making the right signings. All of a sudden, they're like, say, Wolves.
Yeah,
they're fighting with the big boys, and then they sneak into the Champions League, and all of a sudden, Leeds have gone from being third division English football to boxing with the big boys, and they could do a deal with Nike or New Balance or fucking whoever, and you know what I mean, they're competing again. Yeah, Liverpool have a distinct advantage because they have a rich history, and what's wrong with that?
But like Glennar seems to be the one picking up this, and I'm delighted he is, because as I said, I love opinions on this. Sorry, before we go on, Mankpiece asks what happened to Shawnee's Twitter. I haven't got a notion. If something's happened to Shawnee's Twitter, I'll ask him afterwards, but I really don't know. Glennar says you're indirectly agreeing with him. He is saying the smaller clubs have no chance of competing. That's not the issue I had, Glennar. The issue I had was, listen, Liverpool, Bournemouth, and pick clubs, Bournemouth, Sheffield United, whoever, there's probably 10, 12 clubs in the Premier League that have no chance of competing at the top end of the division, okay? That's not my point. My point is, the reason, like, they're given so much more money now than they ever have. So they're actually closer to competing than they ever have. And now you look at it and you think to yourself, what stands out for Liverpool? And I'll tell you what stands out for Liverpool, and I'm not going to go into City because that's a whole different ball game. Mention Liverpool and City in the same breath when it comes to money and generating of money, I think is a bit, I wouldn't do it. I'll put it that way. The difference is Liverpool have a long tradition of winning things, massive fan base, world renowned, and you can't take that away from somebody because they're winning. Nobody turned. I'll put it to you this way: when we say, for example, Blackburn win the league in 94, 95, right? Everyone went, brilliant story for football, right? And it probably was, right? But nobody at that stage turned around and went, well, I don't think it's right because Liverpool are like, as Shankly would say, a bastion of this, and they're top of the world and they're the best in the world. They should be up and around that. That's a bad thing for football. Nobody said at any stage that it was a bad thing for football when Liverpool were absolutely dirt. Nobody did. Right, people basked in it, people loved it, and now, and to me, I feel that any time, and it's, look, we've seen it going down to the person on the street. It's VAR, it's referees, it's the FA. I've seen one fella say that Liverpool players are wearing long sleeve shorts because they're fucking injecting stuff into them. The sort of way. It's not even a bitterness. It's a resignation of the fact that they're back.
They were voices that were never heard when Blackburn won the league.
But this is what I'm saying to Andy. Nobody cared when Liverpool went good, right? And when Real Madrid came and done all this stuff, right? You have to remember, Real Madrid won so many Champions League between, I think it's 2013 and 18. They may have won, that's 6 finals, I think. They may have won 5 of them, right? If I'm right. And before that, they were atrocious in the Champions League. They won one in 2000. They won one in 2003 in Scotland. But they went so long, right through the 90s, without winning one. And they were still spending mad money. I think it's very selective to turn around and go, oh, this is bad for football. And to be honest with you, saying Liverpool or City, this is bad for football, it's basically making excuses for 4 or 5 clubs in this league that, for me, have all the capabilities of going and winning the Premier League title. They just made very bad decisions on it. But look, we could be there. Glenn is saying I'm trying to view objectively. Yeah, absolutely, yeah, Glenn.
That's what we want.
He's absolutely viewing it objectively. I'm trying to view it objectively too. But some of the remarks that were made annoyed me, and I will still to this day ask Miguel Delaney what his solution to it is, because, and I stand by this, if you want to scrap football tomorrow and bring in wage caps, transfer caps, all this sort of stuff, attendance caps, you can do whatever you want, the same clubs will end up at the top, because if I offer you the max 100 grand a week to play for Sheffield United, who can now afford it, well, they won't be able to afford it because there won't be that much money in the game, and I offer you 100,000 to play for Liverpool, you're going to play for Liverpool, and Liverpool and the rest, and the 4 or 5 or 6 clubs that are big will be able to afford that cap. The rest won't, because the money will go out of the game. Okay, we're just on an inflated budget. That's all it is. It's the same game. It's just different numbers, and that's all it is.
Just as Glenard makes 2 points there. The first one is about the money's devalued if you aren't an elite club. But look, you have to remember, Liverpool have got to this point with a net spend of fucking who knows what, 20 million or something like that. It's crazy, So any club could potentially flog a player for big money after the developing so long and spend them wisely. That can happen to most clubs, and I don't think I'm taking it too personal. I actually don't have a huge problem with the article. I just disagree with parts of the article. The problem we have is just how Miguel's been after that. I think kind of generalising Liverpool fans just for attention. It's just not really what a top journalist that's supposed to report with objectivity should be doing. But anyway, fuck it.
Yeah, it's over. I don't think I'm taking it personally. I took it on board and read it, and then went back and thought, hold on. What I tried to look at it as, what does he want from all this? What is his solution to all this? I haven't found out what his solution is, but thinking the way he's spoken, I'm trying to put a solution together that he would put forward, and to me, it would make the game. It wouldn't change the game in any way. That's being honest with you. Pele Jones asks, has the baby arrived? Yeah, we gave all that news earlier. We're not getting into that anymore. It has arrived. It's all good.
How are you even able to get an hour off with two? Well, okay.
Well, one of them is in the hospital. She's not home yet, and the other one's up chilling.
All right, fair enough.
So that's how it works. Let me see. My eyes are telling people that the baby has arrived. Yeah, they're hanging out my fucking head, to be perfectly honest with you. Andy, getting off football for a bit. You said to me the other night, was it you that said to me the other night you didn't like the fact that people don't like Christmas?
Yeah.
Was it?
No, well, I said that I wasn't happy with people saying that I'm sick of Christmas at this stage.
Ah, yes, okay. Are your decorations still up?
No, they don't.
Are they? Well, what do you make of it? What do you make of this thing? What do you make of this thing that people think you have to keep the decorations up to the 6th, or your whole world is going to implode?
Well, I laid them up till the 6th, but I don't think the world's going to implode. I don't like people taking them down before that.
Okay.
Because they put them up in November.
Well, I don't. Mine goes up around the 10th of December and comes down around the 3rd of January, which I think is
no. So it's still Christmas at that stage.
Yeah, I think it's fair though. I think it's alright. I think it's alright. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because people aren't asking us any questions tonight, and usually
they need to start asking.
Yeah, I think they need to step that game up, ask us some random questions. I know there's one lad in the chat called Dylan O'Rourke, and he always comes up with some great stuff. Carl Duff says, did anybody say the Invincibles were bad for football? No, I don't think they did, because I don't think the Invincibles were as good as people think. 26 wins and 12 draws for me is, it's a brilliant season, but Invincibles, I think you should be winning at least 30 games, and maybe 8 draws in there. So let me see. David Lennon says he had a dollhouse assembly that started on Christmas Eve at 10 until 1:45 in the morning. Andy, any assembly nightmares?
No.
At all? No, I'm not just talking about this year. Any year. Have you ever gone to assembly?
I don't know what you're talking about, because Santa Claus does all that.
Yeah. And do you come down the next morning and go, oh, he drank all the milk?
Yeah, we left a wine out for him.
Oh, of course you did.
Which is drank, and mince pies, which were 8.
Yeah. Favourite theme song for a TV show? Ask Keith Plunkett.
Does it have to be like a song that's, a real song, or just like it was in the fucking show only?
You do what you want, Andy. I'm not going to pull you up on it.
Airwolf.
Airwolf.
Yeah.
Okay, I loved what was the Minder? I loved Minder.
Or yeah, you know it's good now because Liverpool fans are singing Maxi Rodriguez that one today. Harpy, that was good.
Heartbeat was a good one.
Yeah, but only because it was Maxi.
I loved Only Fools and Horses. I loved the theme tune off that.
Yeah,
I loved the A Team is a classic, isn't it?
yeah.
Who was your favourite person in the A Team?
I used to think I was gas when I first got a mobile phone. I had the A-Team as my voice message.
Yeah, one of those. Is that where you got from the paper and you had to send 18 texts?
Yeah, no, like I think you had to get your tape deck out and sit there and record it beside the phone. Like we must have thought we were mad cunts back then.
Hold on, you take out a tape deck, record it beside the phone.
Yeah, for your voice message, not for your ringtone.
Your voice message.
Yeah.
All right, so
you'd
it
say,
goes.
oh, hell yeah.
Record message
sorry
now.
I missed your call, but if you have a problem and no one else can help you, you can call the A-Team and then play the A-Team and then think you're gas.
Do you remember the ones though where you could get the ringtones and you had to get in? It was in the newspaper. And you had to send a text to this number, and in order to get it, they would send you like you'd have to send 3 texts, and they'd send 3 back, and you were getting charged for the ones getting sent back to you. And it cost you about 20 quid for a ringtone. It was probably like fucking Crazy Frog or fucking something like that. Do you remember them ones? Yeah,
the best money I ever spent on phone stuff was when there was a website called Daily Texts. Do you ever remember that?
No.
Right. So, do you ever get a text message from a company and you don't have their number on your phone? You just get like, it'll say whatever, Evoca. That's what it'll say. It'll come in as Evoca. So it was like people could just access this website, paid to do that.
Right.
And you could write in any name you wanted. Like you could put in a name in someone's phone, or else you could type in the phone number that you wanted to come from. And then of course your phone is going to read that phone number. And if it's in your phone book, it will. So we used to top up with a lot of them texts and spend days sending them around to people.
Yeah.
And like,
wasn't there one as well where you sent off and they sent you back a message, but it was like it's just a list of buttons you had to press in order to record your own, like 1124684, and you just kept going and it recorded, and then at the end you played it and it came out as the ringtone. I think that was
that was actually remember that?
Do you remember that?
You could do that on those old Siemens phones, small phones, and you actually recorded the ringtone yourself by typing in the music and the tempo and all.
Could you imagine doing that on your phone now, pressing all them buttons? Like the FBI would be down you like a light. You would. What the fuck is this fella's doing code? Dylan asks, you're going into a WWE Hell in a Cell versus Kane and The Undertaker. What Premiership manager do you want as your tag team partner?
What Premiership manager you want?
So you want someone that's physical, not afraid to jump off really high stuff and land on cardboard tables and stuff like that.
Yeah, Donna, who would you go for? I'm going for the easy thing to say would be Klopp because he's just great. But it's probably going to be Nuno Santo.
I was going to say that, the Wolves fella.
Yeah,
I would. Let me see. Who do you reckon would win in a one-off game? This team versus the 80s team or the 90s team? Discuss.
Oh, there's no discussion about it. This team.
I disagree.
Well, you think the 80s team is going to beat this team?
I think the 80s team is a better side than this until we get to May and see what this team has holding.
But it's a one-off game.
I think it's an unfair comparison.
Yeah, look at Gav. Back in the day,
are the 80s team allowed to pass it back to the goalkeeper?
No, they had to play by the new rules. You go back to the 70s and goalkeepers weren't even wearing gloves and all, and the standard has obviously got better and better and better. There's no comparison. Yeah. If you were to
I think I don't do it in football comparisons. I go down, like people say, this will go down as the greatest Liverpool side of all time. I fully agree if they go and win the title.
Yeah, but it's a one-off game.
Because they've put a Champions League, they've put a European Cup and a league title on the table, and they played unbelievable football. Okay, when we were winning in European Cups in the 80s, the lads were off gargling on the plane on the way to the games. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like that anymore. But you'd have to it would have to be
like some sort of like a FIFA kind of thing where the players back then got matched up with 90 speed and you could you who would be the best? Like,
yeah,
you
but
know,
John Barnes is ripping you asunder. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean, John Barnes is getting all the high stats and all that, and he's come up against Salah and all that. Yeah. I don't know.
Glenna wants to know, what is Andy shooting off, and what's the best course he's ever played? Keep it in Ireland though, because I know you go off doing all this notion stuff around golf, that you go off all these countries.
Keep it in Ireland, so just
what are you playing off?
Druids Glen.
Druids Glen, your favourite course?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm playing off 14 at the moment.
14. Me and Andy played each other out in Andy's course a while back, didn't we?
It
was a draw. Andy was sick after. He was sick. His words to me was, I didn't even think you could play golf like that. So I have to bring him back out to my course.
What handicap did they give you?
We played both off 14 that day.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh.
My favourite course, there's so many around Ireland. I'll tell you what one I do love. I love Ratsala.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic course. If anybody ever gets a chance to go out and play there, go out and play Ratsala. The greens are just fucking unbelievable. I like links. There's a couple of good links around Dublin. Corstown is a good one up beside Dublin Airport.
Don't like it.
I like it. Castleknock is good. Great greens again. Your place is lovely. Beach Park, lovely.
Yeah. Well, I've played everywhere, like except kind of over the west of Ireland, which I've
played a few in Cork. I've
to play Hinchinall. Yeah, nice course. But Mount Juliet, have you played there?
I haven't played Mount Juliet, no.
Yeah, and Mount Wolseley down that way,
beautiful.
Down Carlow direction is nice as well.
Yeah.
Carlow Golf Club.
What's the other one down that way? Down past Blessington. Tulfaris.
Tulfaris, yeah,
it's a good one.
Tulfaris and Ratsala very similar in the sense that they could be anything they wanted to be. You know, they were kept up to standard, like they're proper championship courses.
Yeah,
they could hold the Irish Open if they wanted.
The Hermitage is a show here as well from Glenna.
The Hermitage, no, too many blind tee shots.
Yeah, don't like blind tee shots.
No, the 3 holes here playing up a hill. Not into that at all. The Heritage is a good golf club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And another good golf club would be Hereford, New.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I play last week? Yeah,
in Kells.
Hereford.
The old one is nicer, I think.
Yeah, I like the new one with the little
water on it.
3 or 4 holes in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Where did I tell you I played last week? Oh, Killeen Castle.
Killeen Castle, yeah. You're only saying that's good because you won. You just wanted to get that in.
We won Vokies. Actually, if I could recommend anywhere for anyone to play and travel from anywhere in the country or even overseas, is to play the European Club in Britis.
Oh, yes.
It's kind of a bit of a secret. No, anyone that plays golf will have heard of it, but it's kind of like it doesn't get mentioned in the same breath as, say, the Royal County Down and Royal Portrush. But I'm telling you now, it is every single bit as good as them. I played the Royal County Down, and I can tell you now that the European is every bit as good.
Yeah. Avo asks, Gav, how are Grasshopper Zurich going? They get relegated now. The baby has come, doing and everything and falling apart. Andy, this is a Football Manager 2018 thing that I took up. I'll tell you what happened. I won the league with Grasshopper Zurich. I got to the start of the next season, early June. They literally didn't give me any more money, and Juventus offered me a job, which I took, and I'm now the Juventus manager on that one. So there's one. Grange Golf Course, Ballybowden. Grew up next door to a hell of a course.
The Grange, yeah.
Yeah, the Grange.
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the right place? Grange. Yeah, I am, haven't I? Yeah, I am. There's a new entrance into that, isn't there? Because there's a road going down the back of it now. Isn't that the one? Is the Grange in Rathfarnham?
Well, there's Rathfarnham Golf Club as well. The Grange is Things McGinley's club, isn't it? Yeah,
it's down out towards Sandyford direction. If you're going to Sandyford, if you come off the motorway,
you could go that way.
Yeah. I've played it once. Really liked it. Have you played any courses in Great Britain? Asked David Lennon.
Well, look, I know what he's talking about there. Me and Dave, mean to play up in his place in Great Britain for a while, and we just haven't got around to it. He came down to me one time, so I haven't.
What does David play off?
I played. I did. I played Royal County Down. That's in Great Britain.
What does David play off?
Oh, he's a savage golfer.
Is he? We're not playing with him.
I think he's off about 7 or so at this stage.
We're not playing with him.
He's better than that though.
Yeah. So he's just looking to embarrass you at some stage. Is that what we're trying to get around to?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think about I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up anyway at some stage.
Okay. I'll go with you. Barry Carr says, get up to Donegal, lads. Ballyliffin, Port Salon, Rosa Penna, Holy Trinity of golf links.
Did I already talk to Barry Carr on Twitter one time about Ross Penna Golf Club? No,
I don't know, but if he gives us an invite to the wedding, we go up a day early and have a game, couldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you have a Range Rover, so that sorts him out for a car.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know
I need to bring a cheese board and the wine he's not drinking between Monday and Friday.
I can recommend him a wedding band as well.
Oh, a band. All right. Okay. Yeah. What do you make of wedding bands? Because some of them can be shocking, can't they?
Well, they used to be a great wedding band. Good
Young Hoppers.
Played good mate of mine played bass.
Yeah.
Slap at the bass. Slap the bass.
Yeah.
And then he do DJ after. And,
right, yeah.
The best DJ sets ever when you know, especially if you grew up kind of in the 90s, as in like you were growing up properly and getting into all the dance music. Yeah. Absolute fucking whopper wedding band with the DJ afterwards. Quality. But anyway, they split up. That was hard to touch.
Sorry.
Hard
to get hold of now, but it sounds of it.
Yeah, but they've put another band together, not with all of them, but with a couple of them, and them. I just can't. The name of them escapes me. But if Barry wants to DM me on Twitter, I'll hook him up.
It'll take Andy a few hours to remember the name. That good he remembers, he forgets the name. David Lennon says Rosa Penna is awesome. Barry Carr feels like this wedding's coming all together simply because me and Andy are going to show up and play golf. Dylan O'Rourke asks, what colour is a coddle? Because in his house it's brown and it causes a lot of debate.
No, it's not brown. So that's a stew.
Correct. A coddle is white, isn't it?
It's not white. It's clear. Like you try and keep it as clear as possible.
Yeah. And you just
it ends up being yellow.
It's poxy. Let's be honest.
No, it's absolutely phenomenal. No. That's what I did last night. The
stew was much nicer.
Well, a stew is lovely, but a coddle is just
sausages and water.
Now, sausages, water. You know, you have to have big chunks of ham. That's what I did the last day. Christmas ham.
Oh yeah.
Chop it into big chunks and into a coddle, and I put it into the biggest pot I have in the house, and with loads of sausages.
Sausages?
No. Some people can't handle the kind of
the salt content.
No, the sausages, how they look.
Yeah. Keith Plunkett says coddle is white or clear, stew is brown, coddle is amazing. I'm a stew man. Brown stew is my thing. Sausages in that as well. Anything I can get, any meat.
Well, there you go. As Dylan says, mine is stew. My stew is brown. It's got rasher. I'd say it's because of the rasher. Probably frying rasher that makes it brown.
I know some of them used to put brown sauce in their coddle and stew and all. That's fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, well, each their own, but I wouldn't be doing that now.
No, Glenna calls it a peasant's food. It's really not. And the best thing about it is I think the second or third day it's the nicest when it gets that bit thicker. Matty 6 times says Rath Farnham for the Grange. Yeah, coddle is white, end of. Guinness stew is the absolute boyo though. I've had it once or twice, yeah, it is good. Andy, so now we're talking about stews and all before we go. So I'm going to put you in charge of Barry's food for the day of his wedding, right? So we're going to show up. We're going to pretend to like all his mates and all. Have a few beers with them. We're going to play golf on our own because we're not very sociable. And then we're going to go to the wedding.
I'd say we're going to get an invite to the wedding.
I would reckon me and you are getting an invite off Barry. We don't have a Range Rover. Just let's clarify that. But we are willing to. We're willing to go and we're willing to play golf on one of those courses he's mentioned. We're willing to stay in the hotel. We're willing to listen to the band. We'll even do DJ if you want. Me and Andy would do DJ, no problem.
Yeah.
But if me and you were to be put in charge of the field, now take into consideration it's not only Barry, it's his fiance as well, Melissa. I'm nearly sure it's Melissa. I'm going to go with that. What are we doing for them, Andy? Are you doing the standard, just a normal 3-course job and get it out of the way and get the speeches going and get the party started, like, or are you going?
I'm all for loads of courses.
Right.
Yeah.
Notions.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
You know, this business of soup and then like roast beef and then trifle or something.
Trifle.
That can fuck right off.
Trifle.
Yeah.
A Tunnocks fucking a Tunnocks cake. What you call them? The little Tunnocks cakes. Just a few of them with hundreds and thousands on them.
Yeah, no.
Right. So what are you going for?
7 courses.
7 courses.
Yeah.
But is that not just 3 courses where they break it into 7? It's the same amount of food. You just give you a little less on each.
No, you have to have something at the very beginning to kind of cleanse the palate.
Okay.
And then like a proper starter, really nice starter, like scallops.
Right.
Yeah, and they're over in Donegal, so touching the Atlantic Ocean, there should be no excuse to have good seafood involved there.
Okay.
If you're gonna have beef, don't be pissing your guests off by putting steak, you know, and they get all excited and think, Jesus, isn't Barry a fucking posh bastard with a steak? And then out comes the steak and it's only like roast beef.
And
you know
it's
what I mean?
with a load of pepper sauce on it.
Sneaky bastards. Like they tell everyone it's steak, but it's not steak.
Yeah.
And anyone, they'll all be slaughtering you. Yeah. Right, so don't do that. If you're gonna put steak on the menu, make sure you have steak, and it's a good ribeye steak or fillet steak.
Yeah. He says Melissa is just back off a 14.5-hour shift. She must be doing security at Fish Farm, judging by the goings on at Everton today. Dylan says, get a few of them mega boxes from the Chinese and everyone's happy. He's laughing his head off at 7 courses. Barry Carr really likes the idea of scallops. If Melissa can stick her headphones in there, we are going to sort this menu from start to finish.
If you want to do...
Can I just... I need to find out... I'm presuming they're doing the church wedding. Rather than, the hotel wedding, the hotel weddings are insane because you're just drinking from 9 o'clock in the morning.
Everybody in Donegal still uses churches.
Yeah, okay.
It's so close to the north of Ireland that they're definitely like saying, listen, here you pub.
Yeah.
We're going to a fucking church.
Right, so they go to church, they come back. So I'm going to suggest when they get back to the hotel that, the way they do this kind of... reception when you get back to the like they have like sparkle and red wine, or the way they do this when you know what I'm talking about, don't you? I'm going to suggest when people get back, and I think it's a great idea, and I know you're going to go all notions on me in the meal, and I'm going to let you run wild with that, but I think when people get back, I like the idea where there's just like big buckets everywhere with loads of beers in it, and there's a couple of bottles of red and a couple of bottles of white. Yeah, and and then maybe like burgers or hot dogs just for people to have, something small, like little sliders or something like that. Would it be all right if we done that, Andy?
Yeah,
right.
I was at a good wedding down in where was it? Mount Wolseley actually. Yeah, and they had the reception part when he got back from the church absolutely fucking nailed. There was like kind of an ice cream van and different things going on there. There was a few kids at the wedding, so they were all busy doing that, and all the adults were out to get stuck in. There was plenty of beer, plenty of wine, plenty of Prosecco, and then they had a fella going around with a deck of cards doing magic tricks and guessing shit about you, like kind of, mind reading quality. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Was he good?
Yeah, he was good.
We might need to get his number. So he says it's a big country house reception, drinks reception. He says. So there you go. Like
so, country house, is that like renting the country house for yourself? Or
well, it doesn't really matter. It's a country house. You know what I mean? It's not like
but you might be able to bring in your own caterers then.
Yeah. Glenn says his first wedding was in a church and it didn't work out. His second was in a hotel and it's still going. I presume that's the marriage and not the wedding, because that'd be some fucking wedding to go to. Let me see. There was a Sweetheart at the wedding I was at a few weeks back. Yeah, they're popular. But listen, I'm not gonna. It's a country house, so I want the people to come in and not to be too intimidated by the country house. And there's a load of beers there in your big buckets. There's red and white wine. There's like little sliders and stuff like that. Finger food. And then,
background music, string quartet.
All right. Because I know 3 Filipino lads that plays as a band down in a hotel down in Drumcondra.
Yeah, they're good. They're part of a big group called Manila Strings or something. There's loads of them, and they're split up into about 6 or 7 different groups, and they do loads of shit like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd recommend them if you could get them, or else any string quartet from your local.
I had the Dublin Gospel Choir at my wedding.
Did you? Lovely.
Yeah. They were.
How'd you get them? That must have been expensive.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. But look, I claimed it back in tax. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Well, Barry's has it nailed there. Look,
right. So he says she's listening. Which is Melissa. Back after that 14.5-hour shift at Everton's training ground doing security. She says there's a caterer needed. Bring your own wine and prosecco. Is it one of those? Bring your own beer.
I'd imagine
you can't be thrown into the country house for a bag of cans.
No, I'd say they're going to provide their own drink, which is a great option.
Right.
Yeah, what we did actually at our
no cork is charged. Like, just bring your own, and we'll open everything up for you.
Yeah, well, what I did at my wedding was bought all the drink in the supermarket.
Dylan
pay the bar.
Dylan O'Rourke says the Artane Boys Band. You can't do that. Let me see. The Filipino lads at class, says Jerzinho. They're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. I've seen them do a couple of, not the actual reception at the wedding, but you know that bit when you get into the drinks kind of reception before you go into the main reception.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Yeah,
they're brilliant. Ray Dickinson says Paddy Power covered the gospel choir. Yeah, no, not quite. But he is covering the trip to America when I go and watch. I'll remember the name of the team in a minute that I'm going to see. The Orlando such and such.
Ray Dickinson will vouch for my wedding, and he was known to sleep in hammocks over there.
Yeah, what did he refuse to play for the hotel and slept on the beach like?
He just wasn't let back into his gaff.
All right, okay. So we. Let me see. It's a case that if you provide your own wine, there's no corkage, says Barry Carr. Anyone listening to this tomorrow is going to go, what the fuck? But that's the way it is with me and Andy get chatting. So we've got there. We've decided on the big things of beer and maybe a bit of finger food just to keep people going. So then we're into the reception, Andy. So again, do you keep that bit of string quartet going in the main reception while people are settling down? And do you do the speeches first or do you do the meal first? What's your preference there?
Speeches first.
Speeches first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
or else between one of the courses, you could do it that way.
Okay. And when would the speeches, like, do you draw the line at a certain time or a certain amount, or are you're comfortable with that as the head of operations on the day?
No, yeah. Like, your best man speech is going to be the longest. I'd be sort of saying to him, like, listen, cap it at 17.
17 minutes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Don't go too nuts.
Yeah. Me and you could do the speech, like in a podcast form. We could be just in the corner.
I don't mind them seeing it.
Yeah. And I do DJ.
Yeah.
Let me see. He said it's an ocean view with a beach out the front. I think he's getting married in Bray.
Sounds lovely. I hope he can DM me where it is and have a look at it.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Dylan O'Rourke says make sure there's party poppers on the table. Do you know what I hate? You know when you go to these parties and like you have a pint and you put it down and there's no beer, man, and there's all those little things. You know, like if say it's a 50th and there's all the little number 50 stuck on the table and they stick to the bottom of your drink and you're picking them up. There's little those. Do you know what I'm talking about? The little number, the shiny number, the shiny numbers on the table, like number 50, and they're sprinkled around all over the table, and they're stuck to the bottom of your point, and I like fucking hate that. And he says then an egg and spoon race at around 10:26 p.m. Barry Carr says the speeches are right before the main. So listen, give me 7 courses, Andy, before we completely take the piss of how long we're on here. Go.
What the 7 courses would be?
Yeah.
Oh, right. So,
Now, you don't have to go into massive detail. Just give me the list.
well, obviously something to cleanse your palate. Now, I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
A
Something
chewing gum.
really, really. What?
A chewing gum.
Chewing gum.
A packet of juicy fruits on the table for everyone when they come in.
7 courses. Normally, like your coffee at the end, like an Irish coffee, be included in the courses after your dessert. Yeah, for the dessert, probably have what's that fucking Italian dessert? Not tiramisu.
Pavlova.
No, I like pavlova. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it now.
Yeah, it says it's Drumhalla House Rathmullen.
Panna cotta.
Yeah, you see, I don't even know what that is. So there you go.
A choice.
Are you walking backwards here? So you're going Irish coffee back to dessert.
Well, I'm just trying to think of what I would definitely include. Scallops, definitely. A nice scallops.
Mm-hmm.
Or a bit of shellfish or whatever as one of your starters. If you're going to have vegans or vegetarians,
I wouldn't recommend
just give them a pot and potatoes.
I wouldn't recommend. I just send them out into the garden and say, "Listen, go mad."
So the vegetarian option will be sea bass.
Yeah, okay.
Eat fish.
Dylan was asking where the pot noodle is at. He reckons the dessert should be the after 8. David Lennon says custard. Avo says a cheesecake dessert, and Barry Carr says a Zambuca.
Cheesecake has to be baked cheesecake, like American cheesecake.
Listen, I'll give you a little bit more time. You can DM Barry with regards to your list. Right? I have a couple of questions around weddings.
Someone was telling me about they got a message back, like if they sent out their invitation, said like send back if you have any dietary requirements.
Yeah.
And someone sent back that they're pescatarian, so they only eat fish. And one thought like it said they're Presbyterian. I didn't know what to do about it.
Well, like, she'd be offended at the Catholic kind of
So she thought that there would have to be like Protestants included in the ceremony.
Yeah. What did he ask Ian Paisley to do a ceremony just to even it out? I have a couple of questions. How do you stand on the cameras on the table?
Oh, like those disposable cameras.
Yeah, the way people leave.
Yeah, that's tenement.
Tenement.
Yeah.
That bad, yeah.
Yeah, that is the absolute the height of tenemency.
Right. So we can safely say you're not a fan of
that. For your what do they call them? Your not gifts. What do they call it when you have your little thing on the table? There's a name for it. Someone comment.
Your little gifts. Yeah, it's just a wedding gift, is it?
No, little gifts on the table.
Oh, I don't know. I just thought of your wedding gift.
Word for it.
I don't know.
Anyway, like people put little gifts on the table.
Yeah,
little.
Yeah. Wedding favours, is it?
Favours.
Yeah.
The most notional thing you can do is some sort of donation to charity. Yeah. And everyone thinks you are the fucking chap here.
Yeah.
Now you've donated to charity for every single person, so do that.
Yeah.
And then no cameras. Oh yeah, do you know we always get an asshole at the table who wants to take over the
how long the speeches will be?
How long it'll be, like
whips out an A4 pad and a felt tip pen.
It's normally some loudmouth board that you've never met in your life.
Yeah.
So
maybe and you and your board have to pretend that your woman's really nice.
Yeah. And like she's actually shouting her head off about the length of speeches and what you have to do and passing the glass around, and then if sometimes if they say a certain word it moves on, and then if you miss the word and you didn't pass the glass it starts shouting at you and all. So maybe a little note on the table to say that nobody's to do that.
Do you not like the whole guess the length of the speeches? No,
I'd run with that alright, but just no one being like
no one taking over the captaincy of it.
No, don't be aggressive about it.
Yeah. Okay. And if someone was aggressive, would you tell them like you're very aggressive? Would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't be long about telling them.
Yeah. Very aggressive you are.
They're very aggressive. This is far too aggressive for a wedding table.
And come here, the last thing on the weddings, the way the DJ gives it loads and all, and plays all the tunes. Like, is there any songs that are constantly played at weddings that you wished would just go away? You know,
Oh
like
yeah,
New
like
York, New York,
come on, Eileen and all that.
New York, New York, rock the boat.
No, come on, Eileen or rock the boat or anything like that.
Yeah.
Nothing, nothing like that. None of those like, you know, grandad DJs like standing up there thinking they're the chap like with floor fillers. None of
Right.
that.
What about Maniac 2000, Andy?
Yeah, late when all the grannies are gone,
Yeah. Okay.
and bang on a few dance tunes.
Few house classics like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Well, I think, listen, this started off as me and Andy talking about bed sheets, I think. We went on to football for a little bit, but not too much. And then it just, we just organised Barry's wedding then for him and Melissa. National anthem at the end of a party, Andy. What's your feeling?
Oh my God, no. I don't think Barry's probably not going to be able to avoid that being in Donegal.
Yeah.
But no, that's a complete and utter no. I hate when you're in a pub or anywhere and the national anthem comes on and it's a fast version of it and all, and you have to stand there with your hands behind your back and all, and like if you know brings out the fellas who think they're in the raw. So no.
Okay, no worries. Jorginho has meter at the Love Parade for the first dance. Oops Upside Your Head, says Avo. Barry Carr says Indie Disco to end it. The Prodigy, said David Lennon. Barry Carr said Mr. Brightside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you like that?
Mr. Brightside, yeah.
And David Lennon is querying: is it the Irish national anthem or the English national anthem that they're playing? So we have to. I don't know. I presume it's the Irish one. Yeah, so we've more or less. I think we've done a great service to the community again here tonight, Andy.
I think Barry's going to have a whopper wedding, and like just looking at his comments there, he doesn't even need us. He has it nailed.
Yeah, I think the venue and all. Yeah.
Yeah, Ketker's buying in all his own drink. Like he can get all the all the bits
everything
and
in Tesco.
Fancy gins and
you get everything in Tesco.
Yeah,
just lash it in the back of a transit and drive it up there.
When I got married, it was all mojitos. That was what was in. Now it's all gins. Bit easier. Like my barman couldn't fucking believe it when people were walking up and just going like 4 mojitos, like, and the labour that you had to, you know.
Oh, you have to start grinding down mint leaves and all, don't you?
Someone came over to me and says, I'm meant to be in the bar, look, and he says it's only a maximum of 1 mojito per person.
Yeah.
I was like, did he now? Yeah. I just walked up to him, okay, 10 mojitos.
Yeah.
And the pub master had to make up 10. I did, most of them just got fucked on the ground.
You just fucked them on the ground in front of him and then walked off.
I just put them on the windowsill and said, there you go, whoever.
Yeah, no, I think he has nailed it, like, because he's talking about country houses that aren't in the country, they're on the beach, which is a bit strange to me. But anyway, he has the view, he can bring his own drink. He has the golf sorted for the day before for me and Andy. Like, me and Andy will go if we get an invite, won't we, Andy?
Yeah, I'll definitely go. And if there's any jobs you need us to do, you'd be happy to.
Well, say it was on a Saturday, Andy, we'd probably want to go up there, leave early Friday, head up there, play a game of golf, have a few beers, go to the wedding on the Saturday, relax on the Sunday, come back on the Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game of golf on Friday and Sunday. Yeah.
Friday and Sunday, yeah, sure. We just take it easy. Should we be walking the night of the wedding?
Yeah, exactly.
Be a walking holiday. Right, okay. Anything else you want to do before we go? Talk about anything that's come up?
If anyone has that in there, banging in, I'm sure we can cover it.
I thought he's Dylan wants to know about the stag deal.
Vegas.
Yeah, there's so many options. I went to a stag deal in Frankfurt. It was mayhem. I've done all the Irish stuff like Kilkenny, Waterford. I think I've been to one.
Do you know where's a great spot? And you know, if you want to keep your stag deal cheap, you know,
don't say Prague.
No. If you want to keep it cheap, I'm saying.
Yeah.
So say you're getting married abroad and all your guests you're expecting all your guests to go abroad and you don't want to ask them to go away twice. Carlingford is the ultimate stag location. Outrageous. Yeah.
Is there another one in Ireland that's big as well?
Cardigan Shannon.
Okay.
Yeah, but Cardigan Shannon's is quality. Yeah, deadly. Yeah, always have a good crack. But Carlingford, and I never hear people talking about it go to Carlingford. It's just a little tiny town up there near Great Britain, and it's wild.
Okay.
There's only a few pubs, but they're open all night.
Free? Okay. Barry Carr wants to know will we do a pod that night. At the wedding. Yeah, we do fucking anything. You know us.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll do anything. Yeah, we'll sort it out. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's about it. Liverpool and May says Avo the third. That's my plan anyway. I'm going to be honest with you. Trying to get Andy on board, but he's pretending he's off playing golf that weekend.
I am. I'm in Spain playing golf.
You see, there you go. He's always off playing golf. It's ridiculous at this stage. Right, are we done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Barry likes the sound of the
Carlingford.
Yeah. Now, he said Dundalk afterwards, but Jesus, seriously?
No. Come on, no, it's not happening.
That would be rough.
Yeah.
That would be rough. Like, Dundalk was rough enough the last time I was there, which was about 10 years ago. I'd say it's even fucking mad now.
It's alright. No, it's alright. It's not too bad. Right, we're done, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Will we do it again?
Yeah, we give Trev on next time. I just
say
Trev.
On. He won't come on because we won't apologise to his friend.
Well, we'll get him on again. But I was only looking at Trev there lately, and I've been watching that
Don't fuck with cats.
Cats, and Trev is just
made for it.
He's just cat mad at the moment.
Yeah.
And his cat was in the dryer.
Yeah. And you said
I was thinking, you know, Trev, if you want to relaunch your career, close that door and stick that on and see what happens.
You'd be a made man.
But he didn't. He wanted to
read a story instead.
Put a lovely picture up of his cat in the washing machine or the fucking dryer and get lovely likes and everyone to think.
Did he get lovely likes?
I think he got about 56 lovely likes.
Ah, well then look, as well would, isn't it? He's imitated that the cat could die in a dryer.
If he had shut that door and press play, he would have got like Miguel Delaney amount of attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll leave him to it. Dylan asks, are we back tomorrow, lads? No, we're not. I'm doing my best to come on when I can this week. We will get back to normal next week. I'll try get on. We're playing Saturday, so I'll try to do something after the Spurs game, and we'll go from there. But look, it's been all about Barry tonight. We've helped Barry out a massive amount, I feel.
He's gone to the dog races. I assume that's dogs.
No, horses.
All right.
They run the horses up there as well, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. Will we do this again, Andy?
Yeah, I will do it again.
Yeah. Okay. So we've done 80 minutes tonight.
80 minutes. We talked what bedding.
Cameras on tables being tenements. The little number 50 stuck on tables at parties annoying you. 7 courses to a wedding. Cars, golf, churches. Drinks receptions, Christmas, Miguel Delaney, trying to make out dry January when you're drinking for 40% of January, and loads on top of that, I think.
On the bedding thing, it just made me think of something. You know that song, Use Sunscreen?
Yes.
Yeah. I have another verse for that. Not a verse. I'm not going to sing it or that.
Mm-hmm.
But it would involve spending whatever you can afford on your bedding, on your mattress, and doing the same with your footwear. You need your back and you need your feet.
You need your back.
Yeah, and you need your feet. So whatever you can afford, go around and, pennies fucking tracksuit legs or whatever, but buy good footwear.
Like Skechers.
Yeah, Skechers, Echo, anything ton of, in the €200 to €300 bracket.
Yeah.
For your feet and for your mattress, anything kind of north of $2,000.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure. I'm sure people listening now are thinking, the relieving officer is definitely going to give me all that money.
No, but cut corners when it comes to, your jocks and socks. Like, you don't really need to spend. You don't need Calvin Klein jocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get jocks that will do you in pennies.
Okay.
But spend the big dollars on your mattress and your shoes and a good leather jacket.
Oh yeah, and listen, and give it a name.
Yeah, a good leather jacket will last you best part of a decade.
Yeah. Okay. Because you love leather jackets.
Yeah.
And you give them names.
So €500 or €600 on your leather jacket.
So basically what you're saying is if you have $3,000, buy yourself a mattress, a pair of runners, and a
On the
leather
leather jacket.
jacket, and you live
That's
forever.
what I did the last time I had $3,000.
Is it?
Yeah, it
Okay.
actually is. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So as look, one for the kids there. Great life advice from Andy. Get yourself $3,000. Literally wear whatever you want on your legs and your upper body, but just buy yourself some good runners, a mattress,
Yeah.
and a leather jacket.
If you have access to a credit union,
Yeah, could you imagine going down to the credit union, right? And they say to you, what's the loan for? And you go, how much? And you go, $3,000. And they're waiting for you to say a new bathroom or a little bit of improvement to the fucking front of the house or something. You go, what's it for? A mattress, a pair of runners, and a leather jacket. Andy, I'd love to video you going into a credit union and trying that.
But do you know what the great thing is? Like,
Yeah.
you could get that loan over 10 years because the mattress is going to last you 10 years.
The leather jacket's going to last you 10 years.
Your leather jacket's going to 10 years.
Yeah.
Last you 10 years. Okay.
The runners.
What you could do is get a good pair of shoes.
No, hold on. If you get the £200 or £300 runners, that'll last you a good year if you're a good walker.
Yeah.
What you could do is, when you get down to credit union to pay off your loan every week,
top up.
you can put a few quid in your savings, can't you? In your shares.
No, what you could do is you could get a little top up loan to maintain your good footwear every year.
Yeah.
You still have it paid off after 10 years. You just pay a little bit extra.
Yeah. Dylan reckons you look like someone that has an audition for Grease the Musical. Oh my God, this is so good. 84 minutes we're on now. What?
If you say you only had like £100 in your credit union, you were looking for $3,000, and they said to you, we're not too sure, like that's going to have to go in front of the committee, and they don't meet till Tuesday,
and you have to go down.
Then they just needed additional information and wanted you to come down and talk. Yeah. I think if you followed that up, look, I have an audition for Grease the Musical.
If you won, you know the way the credit union do with the draw for the cars.
Yeah.
If you won the car, and they're usually worth about $15,000 the cars, they're like a little Hyundai i10 or 20 or something like that, right? Would you genuinely just say to them, listen, I'm cashing that in because that sorts me for life with runners, jackets and mattresses?
Yeah. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Like, when you hear of people winning lifetime supplies of ketchup and all, like just stupid prizes like that. Yeah, if I could choose a fucking lifetime supply, it would definitely be mattresses and leather jackets and shoes. Yeah.
All right.
Think about it.
No, listen. I haven't got enough time to go over this and process this. It's just brilliant that you're telling people to spend $3,000 on runners, leather jackets and mattresses. Barry Carr is insisting that we go to bed, finish, power down, do all that. We have to. We're on 85 minutes. It's a joke. And when Phil sees the length of this podcast tomorrow, he'll absolutely have a wobbler. Yeah, that's it. We've done it. We've covered so much tonight. We're going to do it again. It usually depends on Andy's schedule. When he's free one night and says to me, I'm good to go for an hour, it usually means 2. So, we'll try to get back and do this again. We don't talk much football. We talk an awful lot of other stuff, and people seem to enjoy it. It's been good. Andy, thanks a million. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, nice one, Gav.
Go on, talk to you in a bit. That's been the FB4 Daily. As I said, I will be back possibly on Saturday, but definitely back to normal from next Monday. Hopefully all things going well. Enjoy the rest of, there's not much left of your Wednesday at this stage, but enjoy the rest of it. Enjoy the rest of your week, and hopefully Liverpool go and do the business against Spurs. Talk to you then. Over now.